same lines of what Rick asked Rob, what are some of the things you guys are seeing on your end that really are able to add some value to clients? Maybe not necessarily a business owner, but maybe more of clients that are getting closer to retirement and things that they should start thinking about.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway that I sometimes get from clients is they're just not quite sure if they can afford to retire, right? Even if they have more than enough, they just sometimes really don't know without actually going through the full financial planning process. And so a lot of times it's just providing that peace of mind for clients, letting them know that they've built a nest egg that's sufficient enough to provide the resources that they're going to need to help fund their retirement fully. And oftentimes it's just providing that sense of comfort for clients first and foremost. Over and above that, once you have come to the conclusion that yes, you're more than that you're more in line to the client's in line to fully fund their retirement. At that point, we're looking for additional value points. So it's things like, hey, how do we take distributions in the most tax efficient manner? How do we structure that? What does that look like? We have all these different buckets of money that we've accumulated over time. Some are qualified, meaning some are retirement dollars in qualified accounts. Some are non-qualified or taxable accounts. How should we be distributing from those different buckets of money to help fund our retirement, in addition to all of our fixed income sources that we can expect over the course of time? And so a lot of times it's just finding tax efficiency from that standpoint. Again, other considerations that kind of go into retirement planning, might be things, again, we touched on Social Security earlier, right? Claiming strategies, Medicare, when we start thinking about Medicare timing and healthcare considerations, that is a really huge and sometimes underestimated component of a client's retirement. So we have specialists here at Baird that kind of work in that department, that work in those specific areas, that have the expertise to provide the additional value to clients that are going to help them cover all their healthcare requirements and needs going forward as well. So there's just a wide variety. Obviously, estate planning is a big component of that as well, making sure that their estate planning goals and objectives are met and that they're accomplishing what they want to do. When we're thinking about legacy considerations and how that's all coordinated within their overall retirement plan.
And
so those are just a few.
And it looks very different for each client, right? It's never going to look the same for one or two clients.
Yeah, it's very much a customized process, and it's case by case. To your point, Dan, every client looks a little differently. Some clients are focused on what's the best investment strategy for us. Others are focused a little bit more around tax efficiency. Some really don't care. Some say, hey, we're not going to let the tax tail wag the dog, so to speak, and we're going to continue forward with this various investment strategy that we've built out over time. So it's a little bit different for everyone. Everybody's got a little bit of every client's got a little bit of a different perspective on what a successful retirement looks like.
Yeah. And from my experience, it's great seeing that feeling of clients having the relief of being able to say, hey, look, it's okay for me to retire now, or it's okay to start spending money, which sometimes it's like pulling teeth trying to get clients to be able to pull their own money. But I'm sure you find that same joy in being able to do a plan and really seeing the weight of the shoulders come off. So thanks again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, just providing that peace of mind and that sense of comfort to say, hey, we've worked hard during our lives. We've accumulated this nest egg. We've raised our children. We're ready to retire and move on to the next phase of life. We just want to make sure we're in a position to do that successfully. And that's where we can build out the plan and include all the necessary details and components that go into a comprehensively designed financial plan to provide, again, that that peace of mind that clients are really looking for. And one other thing, if I can add to this real quick, I think is important is it's not just me, right? There's a team of professionals that sit alongside both me and Bob as well that are a big part of this process, and they carry a very high level of expertise in specific areas of each client's financial plan, whether that's our tax strategist, whether that's our regional estate planner, and other folks that would be, the laundry list would be too long to mention everybody that makes up that process. But Baird has just a number of different skilled professionals in a wide variety of different disciplines that go into building a well-rounded, comprehensive financial plan.